Hello, and welcome to another episode of A Day in the District. I'm your host, Chelsea Whittington. A Day in the District is a program designed to help you, the viewer, stay connected to your Gary Community School Corporation. Today's episode is one I have been anticipating for more than 2 seasons. This gentleman works constantly, consistently, and passionately behind the scenes here in the Gary Community School Corporation, but I have finally coaxed and convinced him to come forward and get his kudos and accolades. It is the one and only Fine Arts Director, all things talent, Mark Spencer. Hey, Mark.
Chelsea,
how's that for an intro?
It's awesome, and it's a pleasure to be here with you.
So when we developed the concept for A Day in the District, you and I did like a show as a practice run, but it never aired.
That's right.
And I didn't realize that that was a practice run, and it kind of hurt my feelings a little bit. I was in my feelings with that,
I
Mark.
know, but great things, not good, great things come to those who wait. We needed to get that pilot in for a number of reasons. More specifically, for the methods that we use as we teach our kids, skin tone, colors that jive with the set, the vibrance of the set in terms of toning, the percentage of screens behind, and all of that.
Anything for you not to come on the show.
Absolutely.
Right?
So, but in essence, that first gig of sorts, that pilot show was very special because we got it off of paper. We wrote it all up on a napkin and in phone calls, and it came to fruition.
Yes.
And here we are 2 seasons later.
And I want to thank you for the idea, because it was your idea, and then I just kind of took it and ran
rocked with it. And that was the whole
Yeah.
point. It's the growth. What you do, you attempt to do as a producer, you find that creative source and you get out of the way.
Yeah.
And it was August Wilson's director that once said, if no one knows that I'm there or I'm present and I'm not mentioned and things run well, then I know I've done my job.
Oh, wow. And August Wilson is
Absolutely,
the best.
absolutely.
So I am so glad to have you
Yeah.
on, Mark, because since the inception of the show, a lot of things have happened in the area of fine arts.
Yes.
And let me quote some naysayers in the community real quick.
Sure.
They probably sound like this. Well, what happened to the arts? And we don't have arts in the schools, and nothing's happening. And the lies they tell.
Absolutely.
So I have you on to set the record straight,
Can
to
I?
talk about all the
Absolutely.
different things, because it's not just at
No.
West Side. It's not just the West Side Theater Guild. It's
No.
not just on stage. It's behind the camera. So we
Absolutely.
have a lot to cover, sir.
It's a lot going on. So I'm ready to begin this
Okay.
odyssey with you.
Okay, an
Yes.
odyssey. How about we start, for kicks and giggles, middle school.
Sure.
Arts in the middle schools. I know that we have 2 middle schools. We
Yes,
have
we have.
Bailey STEM Academy. We have GMS, Gary Middle School. Each has their specialty,
Yes.
with STEM being at Bailey and the arts being at GMS.
yeah.
But could you dispel the rumor that no matter what school I'm in, I can still explore and discover my talents?
Absolutely. Those resources and channels are there with very, very talented instructors, artists that have the capacity to find students where they happen to be placed at their artistic level, and to be fed and given opportunities from the choral ensemble aspect, madrigals, solos for ISMA. We're working really hard to get
Ooh,
ISMA
I love
reintroduced.
ISMA.
That happens this year. Our focus as a district is to reinstate our music festival, which will take place April of next year.
Are you serious?
And we're kickstarting that process again, and all hands are on deck from Bailey, from GMS, West Side Leadership Academy, all elementary schools.
Oh,
This
I
is
can't
taking
wait.
place as we record, as you
Yes.
watch. And we're making sure that exposure, and exposure is key, that it's taking place so that kids young people can have the opportunity to explore. This is the exploratory phase.
Yeah.
So they have the opportunity to act, to sing, to dance. And beyond that, we have isolated experiences where they can record and work in studios such as this. I wish I can turn the camera
see young
around.
faces in this room right now.
They're here working.
Camera operation, but
Yeah.
you had me at music festival. So
Oh, yeah.
rest in heaven, Arnold K.
Hey,
Williams, the founder. So for those who are watching, like, what is the music festival?
Yeah.
It was the pinnacle, the highlight, the
Of the year.
crescendo. See that word?
Absolutely.
The
Excellent
crescendo of our school year, when all of us could get together in one well, it was the gymnasium.
It's a gymnasium.
All the schools.
Yes.
And we would sing the songs together.
Absolutely. So in each hub, if you didn't know this, we would learn an A, B selection, maybe even more, and we would work independently. So each music instructor went to their silo, to their school to learn these songs, and then people would be bussed together,
Oh,
kids
my
would
goodness.
for rehearsal, and then that evening came, and you might have some white gloves,
Yes.
right?
Oh,
and you would
you are
have
taking me back,
your navy blue pants and white shirt, and you would have this little choreography. But the idea was to teach ensemble experiences, the vehicle of working together as a unit, right? And then aspiring to different levels, meaning, hi, I'm at the elementary level. When I'm going to be at the middle. And look at
Yes.
those folks in orchestra down there on the main floor. One day I'll be
I mean,
there.
I'll be there.
I'll be working with the timpani. So it's quite a teachable moment.
No-brainer. I just love that we're bringing that back.
We
now,
are.
So with the middle school, talk a little bit more about GMS
Sure.
and the actual arts program that's in place there.
Absolutely. We have some wonderful instructors there. Ms. Passion Jefferson, Mr. Jackson. Those individuals are working diligently with the students, with their programming in alignment with what's occurring at their school. So
Okay.
there's a fall piece that they're working on.
Okay.
And we're asking all of them to come over with snippets of their programming, and if they choose to partake in the ISMA experience, we want to bring them over for yet another program that we're going to
Yes.
talk about in just a moment.
Okay.
And it's entitled, just a little spoiler there, it's Steel City Soundstage. And we'll talk about that in a moment. But they're preparing a variety of works where it's sacred material, I would say Americana or secular songs that they're learning right now in ensemble with the choir, as well as monologues and duos. And I want to assist if the group is looking to do full-fledged plays, and if we can help with production with that. And now these are the planning stages. We have PD, which is professional development, and we will be further discussing that at the end of the month. Just polishing it all up so we can actually announce, as we're announcing right now, all of the offerings by mid-October of this year.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching A Day in the District. I'm your host, Chelsea Whittington, and A Day in the District is that program that helps you, the viewer, stay connected to your Gary Community School Corporation. I'm chatting with my friend, my buddy, my colleague, talent extraordinaire, Mark Spencer, as we go over all the facets of the arts program for the Gary Community School Corporation. We invite you to keep watching because when we come back, we're going to talk about the renovations that are taking place right here at Westside Leadership Academy to get us ready for the next season. Stay right there, and we'll be right back.
When you join the Army, the first thing they teach you is how to get in line. Not exactly the same in high school. When I enrolled in Westside Leadership Academy and joined ROTC, the first thing I learned was respect. Not just for God and country, but for myself.
Gary Schools, strong, resilient, built for education.
It's gross. I don't really want to talk about it.
She didn't want to at first, but I mean, it's no big deal. Everybody does it.
I was ready, totally ready, because we had been practicing this dance for weeks.
He was supposed to take this girl to this dance, but
I sprained my ankle at track practice.
I hate sharing anything personal. It's so disgusting.
For the dance, I let her wear my shoes and she hated it, but I thought she looked great in them.
he could barely even walk.
I ended up taking some pills for my pain.
Yeah, they were my mom's, but
It didn't go well.
If it's not yours,
If it's not yours,
if it's not yours,
Hey you,
don't take it.
don't take it.
don't take it.
don't take it. You won't believe what happened next.
Welcome back to A Day in the District. I'm still your host, Chelsea Whittington, chatting with the one and only Mark Spencer, our Director of Fine Arts, and anything else that needs to be done around here. I often tease Mark that I say, long after we're gone, your ghost will live in the halls of West Side High School.
Absolutely.
I really believe, truth be told, that you have a cot or something somewhere where you really actually live here. Is your address 900 Jerry Street?
It is. All my mail comes here.
Well,
DoorDash.
how lucky are we? In the
Yeah.
last segment, we were talking and reminiscing about music festival and the things that we want to resurrect and build on for our young people who have an interest and desire to study the arts. But I want to back and find out for someone who may be interested in bringing their child into the district. When we talk about the arts, you know how when we had Emerson VPA, your alma mater, there were some requirements for auditioning and certain skill levels so that you could be placed in certain programs. Is there some type of program that we do that with GMS or here at Westside, or do we kind of train them up?
Right. Well, we're all inclusive.
Okay.
The audition process has been set aside momentarily while we allow all students to explore.
Okay.
We adhere with all of our methodologies in alignment with IDOE, the Indiana Department of Education, and all of its curricular standards. So we're proud of what we're offering, but we want to make sure that we don't exclude a soul from exploring and finding their voice, be it visual art, if it's singing a solo, or picking up a clarinet for the first time, making sure that they have that exposure. I am a product of that magnet experience, and it's one that is very unique. It's very surreal when I think about it, and it's had its place as we forge ahead and create new chapters of experiences. It was thought that being as inclusive without that process would allow more.
And probably encourage more
And
participation.
absolutely, to the table.
That was one of the things that kept me away from Emerson. Coupled with me being a nerd, I was just all into the academic program, but that word audition sent me running.
It
like,
does,
what if I'm not good enough, or what if I don't get chosen? And that kills my whole dream.
A little stigma there. So no.
I'm glad to hear that.
Absolutely.
So now, as I was coming in to do the recording today, I walked across the stage and I looked out into the audience, and there was no audience because there are no chairs there.
Right.
Can you explain why there aren't any chairs in the auditorium?
I'm going to tell you this. I've been in the district 31 years, and there you have bucket list wishes and experiences that you'd like to have.
Yeah.
And I always hoped that we could have our chairs restored, refurbished, and dreams do come true.
Yes.
They really do.
Yeah.
And our chairs currently are in the state of Michigan, total restoration.
Nice.
I mean, new, paint and coverings and springs and stuffings.
Yes.
And we intend to have those chairs returned in the month of November.
Okay.
So we will have all of our chairs back in place, all 2,122 chairs.
Okay.
In our large and small facility. And then we're back in business, so to speak.
Perfect, and that's the perfect segue because you know I have to talk about your baby.
Oh, yeah.
The West Side Theater Guild.
Yeah.
So I still have all the different photos that we've taken over the years with the various celebrities who have graced our stage. From Ray Charles to Cicely Tyson to Bill Cosby, you name it, they have been through these doors.
Yes.
And many of whom had to come through you, Mark, in order to get the green light for the West Side Theater Guild appearance. So what can we expect from the Guild coming up for the next season?
Absolutely. And this experience is so unique. It's a hybrid approach with primarily our students in place, either on stage or behind the scenes. As we have today with the kids working the camera and technology. What we're experiencing now is a resurgence of the Disney type experience. So we're going to have, I can't say exactly where, but we are going to have Beauty and the Beast, the production of Beauty and the Beast Junior on our stage. Along with that, we will have Annie, Now that for sure will be in production I would say mid-December, and we will be filming that for television. And in the event that we have an issue with chairs, we have an issue with production.
Oh, you'll figure it out.
We will have it on our stage, and because we have the largest stage in the region, 70 feet by 45, that's a large footprint.
Yes.
So either way, we will have the production of Annie.
So now with West Side Theater Guild, there's also that component of community volunteers and actors. I always ask because
Absolutely.
I'm begging for a cameo. I like to
I
kind
love
of
it.
tap
Absolutely.
dance and
Yeah.
head on out to the other side of the stage. But you
Come
always
on.
make it fun for those of us who may not necessarily have that as our lead talent.
Sure,
But
sure,
you
sure,
build
sure.
in and invite people from the community to make these appearances. And I think that strategy, if you will, brings us together even closer as we embrace the arts.
Sure, we try that because that's the buy-in. We're dealing with constituents and community folk that are on the outside looking in. Now we have testimonials. We have folks that can bear witness to what we are attempting to accomplish for the good of these young people,
Yes,
right?
it's all about them for the
Always.
record.
And because us grown folk, we've had our opportunities, we've
Yes.
made our choices,
Yes.
and we have to shape and give as many meaningful experiences as possible because, as I say, they are the reason we're here.
Yes.
Yeah, and we must adhere to their needs. And as a result of your question and the inquiries, we have a new film that we're shooting.
Okay.
Fourth quarter of this year.
Okay.
There's a group that's on campus that's called EOS, and they are the most.
This is for real, or
This is for real. These kids, these
Yeah.
wonderful kids, they've made a group, and I was thinking, I reverse model a lot. Okay, we have these kids. Now, how can I make a story around it?
Right.
So that's the
Okay.
cameos and things that you're talking
Okay.
about. So we're going to shoot that fourth quarter of this year, first quarter of next year, and having it ready for the music festival. So it'll be a film short alongside because we're not sure the duration of the music festival because we're reigniting, right? We're restructuring.
Yes.
So that film is going to be in place. You'll be getting a call, and would love to have you involved in that, and a few others out there who are watching. Hello.
Yes.
So yeah.
I can't wait. I'll be waiting for the call. And
Okay.
right now, you're answering the call by watching A Day in the District. When we come back, we're going to wrap up and reminisce and talk about some of the projects that Mark has brought to the theater and what else we can expect. Stay right there. We'll be right back.
It's gross. I don't really want to talk about it.
She didn't want to at first, but it's no big deal. Everybody does it.
I was ready, totally ready, because we had been practicing this dance for weeks.
He was supposed to take this girl to this dance, but
I sprained my ankle at track practice.
I hate sharing anything personal. It's so disgusting.
For the dance, I let her wear my shoes and she hated it, but I thought she looked great in them.
he could barely even walk.
I ended up taking some pills for my pain.
Yeah, they were my mom's, but
It didn't go well.
If it's not yours,
If it's not yours,
if it's not yours,
Hey you,
don't take it.
don't take it.
don't take it.
don't take it. You won't believe what happened next.
Hello, my name is Dr. Paige McNulty. I'm the manager for the Gary Community School Corporation, and I am pleased to be joined today with the Jackson 5 family members, Tito and Marlon Jackson.
Hi,
how are you? Thanks for
Nice
being
to
here
see you
today.
again. Not only are we members of the world-famous Jackson 5, but we are proud products of the Gary schools.
Growing up in Gary, our school system afforded great opportunities from academics to extracurricular activities.
And today is no different. This is why we encourage you to enroll your child in the Gary schools today.
For more information, please call 219-881-5466 or visit garyschools.org. And please remember, enroll in Gary Schools today.
Yes,
Right.
definitely enroll.
Gary Schools.
Strong, resilient.
Built for education.
Welcome back to the final segment of A Day in the District. And I'm getting sad because I could talk to this gentleman right here all day, all things arts and memories here in the Gary Community School Corporation. Mark Spencer has been given the distinct honor for the past 3 decades to head up the arts department and everything fine arts for the district. And it just seems like you are timeless, Mark. I mean, it's like we can go to any era and we talk about, Michael Jackson being here.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's a good one. Talk about Michael Jackson coming to the district.
Really?
Yeah.
2003.
Look, I knew
I
you
got
would
a
know.
phone call. It was a mysterious call. I thought it was a prank. And then he's coming, and I'm sitting with police chiefs. I'm sitting with superintendents. I'm sitting with directors of communication.
That would be me.
Right? I'm sitting with all these people, and we're round table, and this man's coming, and we plan the itinerary from Roosevelt to walking into the house to photographs. I saw the photograph the other day, and you're on it.
I need that.
I'll get you a copy of
Thank
that.
you.
Because we're archiving for other purposes,
Yes.
right? 30, for my 31 years.
Yes.
And I'm looking at it and I'm going like, oh my goodness,
my
it was
God.
it was a real interesting day, and I
Yes,
was
it
honored.
was.
And then we ended
At Roosevelt?
at the
house?
Railcats.
At the Railcats. Oh,
right?
yes, with the celebration on the field.
So it was like
That was
City
amazing.
Hall, all of this stuff. And I remember being in a room in City Hall by myself, and it was almost like soundproof. And it was surreal because I had either done the Roosevelt thing already. I don't think he had first gotten to town. And I'm just looking, and you just see a sea of people. They look like ants, and I'm just looking. And he gets out, and he gets on top of the roof
his
of the
umbrella.
but I think out on the roof of the. It was the most surreal experience,
It was crazy.
and it was he's like. You wonder if you're going to meet the president. You wonder if you're going to meet, if you're into it, like an Elvis or whomever. And to be able to produce that day, it's an honor that I'll always cherish.
I mean, you always remain so calm. And so you gave me the opportunity, which I will never forget you for. You don't even remember.
What happened?
You scripted it for me to introduce him at Roosevelt.
I did.
So here I am, standing behind the
remember.
curtain
Yeah,
with Michael
yeah.
Jackson. It
That's
was
right.
just me and him.
Right.
And I said, "Are you nervous?" He was like, "A little bit." He's whispering it.
I remember that. And his I don't think it's hairdresser, but his assistant. And she was checking him out, and he was like, yep, it was right there on that stage. I got my first award.
Is that how he said it? Oh, man.
I remember that.
And
I
you know
remember that
what?
now. I forgot about that.
I had to
Yep.
remind you of that because
Yep.
it speaks to how amazing our school district is.
It is.
The people who have come through, the people who have yet to come through,
Yep.
the amazing students, the talent that we have here. The production of the Lion King, Lion King Jr., I see some cast members in the audience today.
Absolutely.
And so I say this to you, Mark, with all these things happening, how crazy would it be if a Disney happened to say, this Beauty and the Beast production is second to none. We need to pick up all these actors and pick up all these producers and take this on the road or to all over the world. Crazier things, right?
I would be so excited, but not surprised. There are great things that have come out of Gary, Indiana. And in this audience today, there are so many shining lights. And it's simply our job to continue to keep that fire in the belly and the opportunities for them.
Yes.
Because I hate to sound so cliche, but they are our future.
They are.
And we're obligated to give nothing short of our very best.
Yeah.
And it's been an incredible experience.
Yeah.
It really has.
And it continues to
forgot all
be.
about that.
I know I
Yeah.
have to remind you all the great things
Yeah,
you do for
yeah.
other people. So let's pivot to the band because
yeah.
right across the hall is our band room.
Yep.
And you have an amazing team over there.
Incredible.
And they performed at our first game for the
Yes.
football season.
Yeah, awesome
And I
field.
just teared up
Yeah,
because
yeah.
they deserve that new field. They deserve the track, the jumbotron.
very
They
best.
deserve the stands to be full. How did that
Absolutely.
make you feel, Mark?
It was a very surreal moment yet again because I've walked that track and I've worked with that band and I've had wonderful conversations with the leadership and the athletics department, and to have all of those synergies converge and that crowd to support them, it looked like NASCAR to me. It was like, look at all of this.
Yeah.
I was so proud of everyone and just very grateful when I look at, and again, this is the truth. When I'm only picking my words because I'm emotional.
Yeah,
but
me too.
I work late and I stay here a lot. A lot of my life is here at Westside, and I'm happy to do it. When I see a paved parking lot, when I see all of these beautiful additions for children, for their parents, it humbles me. So to answer your question, when I was there, I was so taken aback at how far we've come.
Yes.
And that we're alive and well.
Yes.
And no longer on life support or whatever else, and naysayers. I'm so grateful that we're all rowing in the same direction for the good of our youth.
Now do you see why I wanted to have you on the show? Good grief. Come from behind the stage and
I'll be
down
over here
in
now.
the pit. See?
I'll be over here. Thank
See
you so
what I'm
much. Thank you.
saying?
No.
And for
Yeah.
those who are watching, parents and grandparents and guardians, if you are interested in enrolling your child in the Gary Community School Corporation, I am extending with Mark a personal invitation to enroll your child. Visit GarySchools.org. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter. Visit our schools. We have so much going on, and the arts is a piece of that puzzle.
Absolutely.
That's so critical. As we get ready to get out of here, we're getting a 2-minute warning. I can't believe it.
It's already over, right?
What aspirations and dreams do you have for our young people as they leave the arts programs and go on for higher ed or off to dance academies? How do we prepare them for that, Mark?
Well, we simply continue doing what we're doing, and some will take what they've learned and what we've offered, and they'll go elsewhere to other disciplines, and that's fine. If they have the opportunity to work with team building, if they work in leadership, it doesn't matter what the vehicle is, if it's a solo or if they eventually end up being a broker or an attorney. These teachable skills, these lifelong skills are transferable. And we just happen to have the arts as a vehicle for them to explore. This is an exploratory experience, but that rich disciplinary process that they've achieved can be used in a number of fields.
Yes.
And we just have to keep doing what we're doing to make sure we're giving them our very best, and we love them. I don't mind saying it. You know,
Yes.
we love them.
They are
very
the
much.
reason we show up every day.
The only reason.
Exactly.
Because they deserve it. Because someone did it for us.
Absolutely.
Right?
Well, Mark, our time has come. I'm so sad now. All the reminiscing, all the great memories that you have created. I just want to say what people have been saying about you for years and years and years. This works because of you and the people that you bring together to celebrate the arts. And I am imploring you that you not stop, that you continue on this journey with us to ensure that the arts stay alive in the Gary Community School Corporation. My brother.
To God be the glory.
You have been watching A Day in the District. I'm your host, Chelsea Whittington, and my special guest has been Mark Spencer of our Fine Arts Department. We thank you for tuning in, and once again, we encourage you to take a closer look at your Gary Community School Corporation. Visit our website, GarySchools.org, or give us a call at 219-881-5466 for more information. We'll see you next time.
WSTG